Jingle bells ringing in my ear. Jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling.
Welcome to Project Homestead.
Today, what are we going to be doing today, Macy?
Making Christmas treats.
Making Christmas treats, and we got these cute little boxes. We've got these little boxes. We'll show them both of these, Hamish.
That's my favorite.
Got these, yep. So we got those two.
I showed them the reindeer box.
We've got quite a lot planned to do today.
Yep.
What we got going on today is we're going to be making marshmallow Christmas what, Hamish?
Marshmallow Christmas wreath.
So yes, a marshmallow Christmas wreath. We're going to be making, what did you want to make? No bake what?
No bake cookies.
We're going to be doing what?
We're going to be doing no bake cookies.
We're going to be making some Christmas fudge. We're going to be making Christmas cookies, sugar cookies. I think that's it. Oh, and we're going to be doing these saltine cracker candies. Sometimes they're called Christmas crack. Sometimes it's called saltine candy. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to be taking the recipe for the saltine cookie. I'm going to be taking the recipe for the saltine candy, and I'm also going to be merging it with, what's it called? Christmas bark? I think it's called Christmas bark. I can't remember. I'm gonna put the name here. I'm gonna merge those two recipes and try to make it one recipe together. I'm gonna put a list up here of all the things that we're doing today on the video and all the things that I want to do, and we're gonna do our best. That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna do our best. So let's get into this video. So what we're gonna start with is doing the Christmas wreath, because that is pretty straightforward, pretty easy, and I know that I'm gonna be able to do that and get that done before I need to run my kids to their chiropractic appointments. So let's get started on this. So the marshmallow wreath is basically a Rice Krispie treat, but you use, instead of Rice Krispies, you use corn flakes because it looks kind of like a leaf and you can make it look more like a wreath. You'll need food coloring and butter. Also and vanilla. And that's pretty much what you need. You need your food coloring. This is pretty much what we'll need to make ourselves a Christmas wreath. So let's get started on doing this first.
Christmas is just around the corner, coming up just around the bend. Holiday couldn't be here sooner.
That is a lot. Can I have one?
No, we need all these marshmallows. We gotta start stirring.
Not even just one, and then I can split it with Macy.
No.
Wait, can I at least stir it?
You can stir it, yes. And you just get it all.
Oh, they're all melting.
It's pretty good, huh?
I wish I could have. It smells even better.
I'm gonna put in a tiny little bit of this. Pour a tiny bit of vanilla. This is vanilla.
Pour it like that.
A little pour, yep. That was great. Okay, now you can stir.
Stirry.
Brown.
Santa's little helper. Santa's little helper.
We're Santa's little helper.
Why can't I have one marshmallow?
You can have some of the wreath when it's done.
What if one falls on the floor? Then can I have it?
You mean if you like throw it on the floor and then
No,
get
but
it?
what if one goes on the floor because I accidentally fling it?
Then it's dirty.
Then can I eat it?
No, then it's dirty.
Santa's little helper. Santa's little helper.
We're Santa's little helpers. Some might call us elves, but Santa's little helpers is what we call ourselves. We're Santa's little helpers, and if you want to know, there's nowhere else on earth that we would rather go. Santa's little helpers. Santa's little helpers. We're Santa's little helpers, and it's us you want.
I'm going to put some butter onto here, which is just some baking paper, just so it doesn't stick.
Holiday couldn't be here sooner. Holiday for family and friends. And we've got pine tree, pine cone, evergreen, mistletoe, candy cane, Santa Claus, a gingerbread woman and a gingerbread man in a gingerbread house and all. Christmas is just around the corner, coming up just around the bend. Christmas is just around the corner, coming up right down the line. Chestnuts roasting on the burner. Everybody knows it's Christmas time. And we've got Frosty, Rudolph, Snowball, Snowflakes, cookie dough, and that old Scrooge. Firewood, fireplace, sugar plum, jingle bells, and Santa's little helpers too. Christmas is just around the corner.
All right, we've got our wreath formed here. We made a little candy cane bow at the end there. And then you can choose whatever candy you want. You could choose those gummies, or you could choose Nerds like I have here. I love the texture of the Nerds because it is so crunchy. It doesn't taste traditional like peppermint Christmas, but the crunch is just so fun. So use whatever candy you want, but there are 2 options for you right there. I'm going to start packaging. I'm going to take these plates and break down this wreath, as you can see right there. I want to make it smaller so that it will fit onto these small little plates, because I believe they'll fit really nicely into those round Christmas boxes that I've made. So I'm gonna try to take this big wreath and make it into 2 smaller wreaths and fit them on these small plates. I'm just gonna work with them, and as you can see, the candies do fall off if you don't stick them on right away. That's okay. We're just gonna keep going, and I will pack these goodie boxes and we can listen to Christmas music together and enjoy the rest of the video. Do you want a piece of this? Do you want a piece of this?
Yes!
Get a piece. Take one of the sissy. So good.
The stars are brightly shining. It is the night of the dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till He appeared and the Spirit felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices on night divine, the night when Christ was born. Oh, night, oh, holy night. Oh, night led by the light of faith serenely beaming, with glowing hearts by His cradle we stand. O'er the world a star is sweetly gleaming. Now come the wise men from out of the Orient land. The King of the kings layeth the holy manger in all our trials, born to be our friends.
All right, now we're gonna work on the no-bake cookies. I've got the butter in there, I've got the sugar, and I've got milk. I'm gonna go ahead and put these all in the pot, sorry, and then I'm going to put them together. I'll put that in later. That's cashew butter. Oh, I'm also gonna add in some peppermint candy canes, so I'm going to crush those up and then add the entire bag in. If I could go back and do this again, I would also add some peppermint extract or some peppermint oil, just to make it more pepperminty, because this would be such an amazing recipe. It just was lacking a little bit in the peppermint flavor, but if you were to add that extract, then it would be perfect. And then I'm going to mix that all up, and I'm going to continue just stirring it so it doesn't scorch at the bottom until it comes to a boil. And then once it boils, you boil it for 3 minutes, and then you add your cashew butter. It calls for peanut butter normally and not peppermint, but I wanted to see if I could make it just pepperminty and chocolate-y. But again, I would add that peppermint extract, but it was good. It just was lacking a little bit. Then when it comes to a boil, you do oats. It calls for quick oats, but I didn't have any quick oats, so I'm just using rolled oats, and then that's 3 cups. You could turn the heat off at this point on your stove and just mix it until it's all combined and all the oats are covered. I decided to go ahead and add some coconut flakes because it was a little bit on the sweet side. And so I added in the coconut flakes, and it kind of brought down that sweetness and helped out a lot. And then after that, you just spoon it onto a tray while it's still hot and then set it up in the refrigerator. I decided to go ahead and put these nerds on because they were festive colors. Not my best call in flavor because it was the peppermint in there as well, but it wasn't too noticeable. So yeah, we'll just go with it. It did look cute in the end and nice and festive. So pop it in the oven and then, pop it in the refrigerator, and then it's good to go. I pulled out these fudge Christmas trees, and I love them. They set up really well. And so now we're just going to put together another box. I'm just going to add the fudge to the bottom of this and some of those no-bake cookies as well to this box, and then give it to a friend. You might be wondering where the TikTok sugar cookies are. I decided to take that recipe out. We did make them, and we spent a very long time making them, but in the end, they are so cute. They are, no one can deny they are stinking adorable. My children made the cutest little cookies, but they were so dry, we were choking on them, and I didn't feel good about giving them out to anybody or giving the recipe to you guys because the recipe was so dry. It was either user error on my part or it's just not a great recipe. I'm going to look into this more and then come back later with the sugar cookie recipe because it is so adorable and I definitely want to share it. But I also want to make sure that you don't choke on it when you do try, or if you try this recipe. And that's it, guys. That's the video. I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for joining me here in my home as we made Christmas goodies. I definitely couldn't do it in one day. I had a lot of helpers, a lot of little helpers, but I wouldn't have it any other way. But I wanted to thank you guys for joining me here in my home as we made goodie boxes for friends and family. I hope that all the people that you hold near and dear are actually near and not on the other side of the world. My family, my side of the family can't be here this Christmas, and actually my husband's family has all gone to Bali. So it is a very small, intimate Christmas this year for me, and I'm glad that I got to spend a little bit of it with you guys. I will see you guys next week when we jump back into like a bit of normal videos, when we get back into like the gardening and doing the recipes and stuff we've got coming up. We've got a sourdough starter that I'm doing, and I'm going to be making sourdough bread for the very first time. A bit nervous, but hey, 2024 is going to be a year of firsts for me. And I will end the year by turning 40, which will also be a first. I have never been in my 40s before. So I'm really excited about this next year and everything that it's going to bring. I'm very optimistic about my personal growth. And I'm really humbled and grateful to share it with you guys. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that it put a smile on your face. If it did, then I achieved my goal. And if I were to give you any suggestion on which of those recipes to make, I would hands down say the Christmas wreath. It is delicious. It is both chewy and crunchy. Two textures that you don't often get in the same bite, and it is so good. I make that every year. It is a childhood favorite of mine. My mother got me hooked on those and I love them. So I thought I would share them with you guys, and I hope that you, if any of them, you'll try that one because it is hands down the best. All right, guys, that's it. We did it. We got all of our boxes done, and now it's time for me to go and deliver them. So I'm gonna jump off of here. Merry Christmas to everybody, and I will see you guys next week.